Good evening, and welcome again to Pumping Up with Hans and Franz, the informative training program for achieving financial success.
Once again, I am Hans.
And I am Franz, and we just want to pump you up.
Hey, how's it going? Hans Schaff here, the real Hans. Just doing a little bit of reading here tonight, and I want to talk to you a little bit about belief, self-belief, and self-image. A lot of someone's self-image is really formed early on in life. Between the ages of 3 and 12 generally, or before the age of 18, as you're growing and developing. Case in point, I want to kind of share with you a little bit about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everyone knows his tremendous amount of success that he's had in his career, from bodybuilding to acting, and even as governor of California, the seventh largest economy in the world. And he came from humble beginnings, living in Austria, where his mom, growing up, would have to spend 3 days, during a famine, traveling around just trying to get food to provide for them there in Austria as he was growing up, because it was a rough time in the early 50s there in Austria with the Cold War and all. Anyway, I've been reading a book here and talking about Arnold, and I can't even read it now because this flash is blinding me in my face, but he made some interesting associations, some interesting beliefs that he chose to believe from something that you wouldn't expect someone to come away with a belief. But again, the mind is so powerful that once you believe something, whether it's true or not, the fact that you believe it, it becomes true for you. And think about that, because it can have a profound difference on your life and how your life turns out. How much success you may be having right now is directly in proportion to what your beliefs are and what your self-image is, whether you are conscious of it or not, as it's in your unconscious mind. So, for example, there was in school when he was, probably 10, 12 years old or something, he was giving us this report, and basically his teacher gave him a newspaper, the sports section, and on the cover of it was the Austrian, basically the guy who set the record for bench press of 190 kilograms back then, right? And what caught Arnold by surprise, or he didn't realize, was this guy was wearing glasses. And see, he associated people who had glasses as being smart, people, and who he normally associated as teachers, professors, priests, things like that. So when he saw this picture of a guy, lifting about 400 pounds over his head, wearing glasses, he thought, wow, you can be both smart and powerful. So, his mind starts figuring this out and thinking, well, hey, I can do something like that. Or it just kind of got the brain going, right? I mean, who would make an association like that? Seeing a bodybuilder with wearing glasses, and all of a sudden think that, you can be smart and powerful, right? Interesting. And there was another belief that he had early on as well. He was actually cutting school, and when he was younger, and he actually would cut school, and then he had a job working, selling ice cream in the park, whatever. And he used to make a little bit of money, but he had to work hard to do it. So then school started back up again, and he ran out of money, and he really missed having money. So what he decided to do, he cut school, and then he wandered around the streets in his village in Austria. And while school's in session, he should have been in school, and his dad was a police officer, so everyone knew, right, and kind of told on him. But he would go around and start panhandling, asking people for money. So saying, "Oh, I lost my money, I can't get home," and all this, and he would start making about as much money as he was making working during the summer, right? So he thought, "Hey, this is great. I can go buy a bunch of toys, watch a bunch of movies. Who needs to work?" And of course, it caught up with him as his parents beat him pretty bad after that, and that put an end to those activities. But then he says in here that those I can't read here. Those early excursions outside of Tull fired up his dreams. He became absolutely convinced that he was special and meant for bigger things. He knew he would be the best at something, although he didn't know what, and it would make him famous. America was the most powerful country, so he would go there. I mean, what kind of association is that, to get from getting caught panhandling as a child, to all of a sudden think that you're, destined to be great, destined to be the best at something in the world, and that you're going to be in America, when you come from such humble beginnings in Austria, where virtually nobody goes to America, right? It's just crazy. But again, that's the power of beliefs. That's the power of your self-image. When you believe these things, it just becomes true for you, no matter how outrageous they are. Case in point, Dave Wood, right? Co-founder of Empower Network. He has these beliefs that people tell him, those beliefs don't even make sense. They're completely false. And David says it doesn't matter. They serve me, and therefore I believe them. And because I believe that they're true, I'm able to bend space and time, right? And he's able to do incredible things, and that's in part why he's able to make, I think about $1 million per month right now in commissions with him and Dave Sharp. It's because of the power of his self-image and his beliefs, what he decided to believe. And if you're not sure what your beliefs are, it's actually really simple to kind of figure out, to determine what your self-image is. All you've got to do, okay, you've got to first trust yourself, trust your mind that you can go back and remember and figure out what those beliefs are. Simply ask yourself, just say self, what are my beliefs on this? Or why do I think this? Or what do I believe about that? You can take a nap, you can go to sleep, do something else, and all of a sudden, you'll have this inspiration just pop into your head and you'll have the answer. It's amazing how it happens. It's different lengths of time for different people. I forget who it was. It might have even been Einstein who used to do this. Or I think it was Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, who would basically, he would run into a problem, and he would start thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a quick nap, and I'm going to let my mind, my unconscious mind, come up with it. I'm just going to give the solution to my unconscious mind, take a nap, and then when I wake up, I will have the answer that I'm searching for, that I need. And he would literally do that, take a nap, and all of a sudden pop open awake, and he would have the answer. That his mind would just come up with the answer for him. So literally, you can leverage your mind while you're sleeping, while you're resting, have your mind working for you, right? So it's just powerful stuff. The power of the unconscious mind, the power of your self-image and belief. Whatever you believe you can achieve, regardless if it's true or not. If you believe it, you can achieve it. So anyways, I hope that kind of helps. Some of those anecdotes from Arnold Schwarzenegger's life. I'm fascinated by his level of success and seeing what he's been able to do, from such humble beginnings to just literally conquering the world in bodybuilding, with the Olympics and Mr. Olympia and everything else that he did, becoming an actor, a very popular, very rich actor, doing well in real estate and other business activities and ventures, worth over, I think he's over $1 billion as his net worth is, and has some issues with his personal life, of course, and no one's perfect, I guess. But then also, to go on to govern the 7th largest economy in the world. That's some pretty amazing accomplishments, despite some of his personal issues. So anyways, I find it fascinating, kind of understanding what people do and what beliefs they have that enable them to get this amount of success. So it does not matter where you come from, it doesn't matter your upbringing, it does not matter where you come from. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. It's never too late to go back and change those beliefs so that they serve you, so that you can achieve the goals and dreams that you want in your life. So hope this helps for you today. Just wanted to share some of those thoughts with you, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. See you then.